Hey, it's Mike Cooch with Digital Marketing Lab. If you're thinking about starting an online business, you're probably asking questions like, which model should I, pursue? Which products should I sell? Should I do e-commerce? Should I do information products? Should I do some sort of services of some sort? And I want to give you our advice on this topic and share with you some of our experience on this topic. So we think that all successful online business models really come down to just three things. And we call it our ARROW formula. ARROW as in ARO, okay? And the A in that formula stands for audience. Okay, do you have a audience that you are clear that you're going after, right? We think that this is by far the most important thing. Do you know specifically who it is that you're trying to attract and who you're trying to sell to? And what is it about them, the things that they want, the things that they desire, that will get them to ultimately pay attention to you and open up their wallets and eventually buy something, okay? The second, R, stands for relationship. How do you create an ongoing relationship with that audience so that they will continue to give you their attention, so that they have trust in you, so that they value what it is that you're sharing with them, right? Because that relationship over the long term is really where you get the value out of that audience. We all have so many choices of products that we could buy and services that we could buy and where we could buy them from. There's no end to the things that are out there marketing it to us today, but we only have a limited amount of attention, and we give that attention to businesses or people that we have some sort of perceived relationship with, right? Where that relationship is bringing me value. So how do you create a relationship with that audience that you've decided that you're going after? And then the last piece of the puzzle is offers, right? You've got to be able to extract some of that value back out, right? You've got to be able to sell something to get them to open up their wallet and buy something from you, or to buy from somebody that you have referred to them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your products and services. It could be somebody that you're referring to, and then you get some sort of commission for the sale that happens, right? That's called affiliate marketing. So it's a nice simple formula though, ARROW, right? Audience, relationship, and offers. And what I see is that so many people, when they're investigating what kind of business to start, what kind of online business to start specifically, is that they get really tied up in these very tactical and kind of mechanical things that are not actually business models. So e-commerce is not actually a business model. Okay, and I know you've probably heard of people talking about, you should be in the e-commerce business. Well, e-commerce is just a way of conducting a transaction, right? So just like the retail business is a way of conducting a transaction. People are walking into a store and getting out their money or their credit card and buying something at a store, at a cash register where somebody's helping them. That's retail. E-commerce, right, is just we're doing that online. We're doing that on a store that's online. But that's not in and of itself a business. It's just a way of doing a transaction. But people are getting so focused on a transactional level that they're losing sight of the big picture. They're losing sight of the fact that they need to have a clear audience, that they need to have a relationship that they're developing with that audience and a way of developing a relationship with them over time, and they need to make them offers. Now, whether those offers are physical products or information products or software or services, that should be driven by the needs of the audience. And it should be driven by the relationship that you have with that audience and your ability, because of that relationship, to understand their needs. If you have that, if you have the audience and you have the relationship, you can plug in physical products as offers, information products as offers, services, and you will sell them because you know that audience very well. You have a relationship with them. You have trust with them. They trust you and they trust the things that you're bringing to them. So a lot of great businesses out there, they don't have their own physical products. They don't have their own information products. They just have a really good audience and a really good relationship with that audience. And I think that the best example of this is media companies, right? Media companies tend to be around for a long time and tend to be very durable because they're very clear about their priority as a business. Their priority as a business is to get and keep the attention of a particular audience. and to build a relationship with them over time so that they can maintain that attention. So Vogue magazine, Vogue magazine has been around forever, and they're targeting women who like kind of high fashion, right? So that's a very attractive audience. They know who that audience is. I guarantee you that, if you go and talk to any editor at Vogue or a writer at Vogue or a photographer, like they know their audience inside and out. But the products that they're actually showing to that audience in their magazine over time, that changes all the time, right? It's the media company's job is to adapt to, hey, what is it that our audience is telling us that they're interested in now? And let's make sure and give it to them. So media companies are the perfect example of we've got an audience and we just need to deliver what we need to deliver to continue to have a good relationship with that audience. And now what's interesting is that you're seeing media companies are starting to extend into offering products. The New York Times is buying businesses where they're referring, specific products. Some of the fashion magazines from Condé Nast are actually now starting to sell subscription boxes to makeup and things like that because they realize, hey, we have so much influence with this audience. Why not just connect that last piece, the offers, and go ahead and present to our audience specific offers where we're making money instead of just selling advertising. So they're a perfect example of why Gary Vaynerchuk, who I'm sure you probably know, very polarizing figure, whether you love him or hate him, he's a smart guy and a smart entrepreneur. And he has said that we should all think like a media business. We should all think and act like a media business. And what he's saying is that the media businesses do a great job of getting attention, keeping attention, and building that relationship. And that's what you need to do as well. That should be the focus of your business model. So don't get so hung up on, the tactical, what specific, product should I offer? Should it be e-commerce or information products? The business that you should be in is identifying an audience that's a big, growing, healthy audience that spends lots of money, and then determining how can you get and keep a relationship with that audience. Okay, this is why James Altucher, another pretty famous entrepreneur out there, a really successful guy who's done a lot of investment, a lot of startups and all that type of stuff. His number one piece of advice to entrepreneurs when they say, what business should I start? How should I start it? His number one piece of advice is build an audience. Okay, build an audience. Customers first, products and services second. Okay, what he's saying is just build that audience, get to know that audience, get a relationship with them. If you have that, you can sell them products. Okay, it is a very profitable and viable business model online to just offer other people's products and services and get your affiliate commission. If you have a good relationship with an audience and they trust you, you can just direct them to products and services, offers that don't have to be your own at all, and you just get commission from them. Okay, that's a very, very successful online business model, and that's his number one piece of advice is, hey, look, don't focus so much on what it is that you're trying to sell. That may not be what your market wants. Building a better mousetrap is actually pretty difficult. So instead, build the audience, build a relationship with that audience, and then make offers to them. Over time, you may determine, yeah, I can build a better mousetrap, or my audience is telling me they need this thing that doesn't exist. Then you will have essentially a proven winning product guaranteed because you know that your audience is already asking for it because you have a relationship with them. Okay, so that's our most important piece of advice is to think about the business that you're starting from that arrow formula. Okay, the audience, who is the audience? Specifically define them. How can I really specifically define them and get to know them really well? R is relationship. What can I do to attract them, develop a relationship with them, and keep a relationship with them over time? And the answer to that online now is content, right? It's all about, videos like this and articles and things like that. That's what we're doing online now is we're consuming content. We're doing it on our phones. We're going to YouTube, Facebook. That's how you develop and build a relationship with people online over time. And that's why you see the best companies are developing that content. And then the last piece of the puzzle is offers. That's the last piece of the puzzle though. Because again, if I've got a great audience and I've got a relationship with them, I can find so many affiliate offers that I can direct them to and make money. They don't have to be my products. They don't have to be my services. So don't get hung up on the tactical level of specific products and how you're going to sell them. Build that relationship with the audience first. Use that arrow formula. Focus on that arrow formula. and you're going to build a winning business. Okay. So if you are thinking about how do I get started, what's the right model? Should I do e-commerce? Should I do information products? Should I do services? Focus first on audience and building a relationship with that audience, and the offers will follow.